सो मंजरी जी, सबसे पहले तो आपको आपकी किताब पे बेहद मुबारकबाद. बहुत ही खूबसूरत और कैप्टिवेटिंग एंड मच नीडेड बुक in this literary scene. Thank you so much. And keeping the premise of this book in mind, the 7 editions of seminars that you have organized under the Qawwali project, please tell us कि हिंदुस्तान में कव्वाली किन सूरतों में और कैसे आई, और हिंदुस्तान के प्लूरलिस्टिक कल्चरल फैब्रिक में इसकी क्या कंट्रीब्यूशन और रेलेवेंस है, एंड स्पेशली क्योंकि आप सनातनी कव्वाली की भी बात करती हैं.
आपने बहुत सारे सवाल एक साथ पूछ लिए हैं, पर मैं आपकी मुबारकबाद लूँगी सिर्फ इसलिए क्योंकि इस किताब को बनाने में, कंपाइल करने में, लिखने में, इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करने में मुझे 14 साल लगे. इट स्टार्टेड इन 2011 एंड नाउ इन 2025 द बुक इज़ आउट. क्यों इतने साल लगे? क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ कव्वाली पर कोई डॉक्यूमेंटेशन नहीं था. There was no research done, not much research done, I should correct myself. And there was no documentation because who documents Qawwali? No one does. So it was a whole process that took, which she mentioned as rightly as 7 editions of seminars on Qawwali. And I remember जब मैं पहला एडिशन करने के लिए और अप्रोच कर रही थी कि मुझे कव्वाली पर सेमिनार करना है, तो लेट मी शेयर विद यू कि मेरा मजाक उड़ाया गया था, क्योंकि मुझसे कहा गया था कि कव्वाली पर क्या सेमिनार होगा. यू नो, यू शुड डू अ सेमिनार ऑन सूफीज़म, यू शुड डू अ सेमिनार ऑन सूफी ट्रेडिशंस. कव्वाली इज़ नॉट समथिंग दैट यू कुड हैव अ सेमिनार ऑन. So from there to saying that I did 7 editions of seminar in that many years, it's okay, it took many years, but that's okay. It is actually, if I may say, the conclusion of it into a book, the content is very valuable because this was an oral tradition जिसका content हमको नहीं मिलता. और जैसे हम कहते हैं आज को तोड़ मरोड़ कर किसी भी रूप में इंस्टा रील में आपके सामने आ जाता है, and you think that that is the truth because that particular reel has been watched 2 lakh times. No, that is not the truth. That is why a documentation like this of a Qawwali book is very important. Agar मैं कहूँ that in this book there are a number of contributors. There's Afan Yasvi Saab who's there. There's Dhruv Sangri who's right here with us. There's also Danish Iqbal ji. There's Amarnath Sharma ji. There is Dinesh Khanna, Kumkum Srivastav, Mustafa Qureshi, Pragya Tiwari. I want to take all names. Rachna Atri Saxena, Professor Raziuddin Akhil, Rima Abbasi, Professor Salil Mishra, Suman Mishra, Syed Zia Alvi, Professor Tanveer Anjum, Professor Vinay Kumar Srivastav, scholar Yusuf Said, and of course my essay is also Manjari Chaturvedi, and the foreword is written by Muzaffar Ali. Now when I am taking these names, there's a purpose why I'm taking these names. ऐसे नहीं ले रही हूँ. ये सारे academic scholars, professors हैं जो खुद अपने आप they are capable of writing a 400 page book on their own. But they have all come together to compile this book because it becomes very special. Every kind of an intellect has come into this as a capsule. So there is a capsule of anthropology in Qawwali. There's a capsule of poetry in Qawwali. And coming to your question, one of the many questions that you asked me within that same line, that there is the journey of Qawwali. मैं आपको बहुत डिटेल में journey of Qawwali नहीं बताऊंगी because I want you to read the book. That's why we've written the book. But yes, like Afanji said, that Qawwali as we know today, the form that we know today, is credited to Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia and to Hazrat Amir Khusro, and that is the form that we know. उससे पहले किस फॉर्म में कव्वाली थी, किस तरह कॉल होता था, किस तरह समा होता था, we actually don't have very many records of it. They're very a few records that we find, but the major records that we find are from the time of Hazrat Amir Khusro, and that's how we have documented that. That also is 700 years back. So Qawwali par ek baat jo hai, jo when we talk about India, we also talk about the subcontinent India, which means that when Qawwali was being made it was an undivided India. There was no partition. So there was a Punjab which was that side, there's a Punjab this side, but they were combined whereas the Qawwali tradition was concerned. So this book addresses the Punjab and the Qawwali and the Sufi traditions which were of the subcontinent.
Right.
And Qawwali bani Hindustan mein hi, uska bhi ek, what we say is a reference point is that the Sufi saints, when they came to India, they actually saw, Hindus dancing and singing for their gods. And that's a stated fact that Qawwali came out of also in India. I'm not talking about the Sama traditions which were outside the Indian subcontinent. But here they got influenced by the Bhakti Rasgan traditions of India. This has been pointed out by numerous scholars. And we find effects of it in the Qawwali traditions themselves. There is also, like a peg, she left it at Sanatani Qawwali, which is a very interesting aspect and a chapter in this book. I will not talk much about it because you should read about it. But the fact is that I'll share with you one document which I found. It's a photocopy of it. It's called Qawwali Bahar. And it's not even Qawwali, it's Qawwali Bahar. Now, this was a very interesting document which was published in Banaras 100 years back. It had Ganesh ji ki Aarti ki Qawwali. It had Sita Haran ki Qawwali. It had Draupadi Cheer Haran ki Qawwali. It had Krishna ki Qawwali. It also has Sanatan Dharma ki Qawwali. So it is interesting that a music form like Qawwali was being used for religious contexts without any specific agenda. It could be any religious story which was being communicated. So where Qawwali was being sung for Hazrat Ali, Qawwali was being sung to tell stories of Islamic history. Qawwali was also perhaps being sung to tell stories of Hindu mythology because it related to people.
Thank you so much.